Okay. This tutorial is going to be for the OneNote software. This usually comes pre-installed on most Windows 10 computers now. I think even some Windows 7. I'm not sure which version of OneNote you're going to have. The one that comes with my computer is there's two options. This option, OneNote, has never worked, but OneNote 2016 this does. And this has been what I use for the Bible studies and also for making my charts and my lines for our Bible studies. So I usually use it pinned to my taskbar down here. This is it right here. But you can also have it as a desktop icon. All I did was go to it and just drag it and drop it. But I don't need to do that actually. So let's go to it. Normally the first thing you'd see is it's going to open you up into a book that has some kind of introduction or directions on how you can use it. And it's really messy and it's hard to understand, and it doesn't help you understand how to use it at all. What you want to do is you want to go up here to where it says file and click on file, and then you should have one notebook. I have a lot of notebooks because that's how I stay organized, and I probably could consolidate some of them, but it is what it is right now. So what you want to do is leave what I did is I left whatever that notebook was that they made me create right here. I left it alone, and I went over here and I went to new, and we're going to make a new notebook. So let's name this notebook the test notebook. Nice and simple. Okay, and we're gonna click here, create notebook. What's gonna happen is a window is gonna come up saying your notebook has been created. Would you like to share it with other people? We're gonna say not now. Okay, and then you'll have this window open. So this is really easy to use. Here you have your tabs. You can create as many tabs as you want. They're going to fill this whole screen. Under each tab, you can have as many pages as you want. So you have one page now. It's untitled. Usually this right here is where the title is going to be. So we're going to type title 1. And when we do that, then the name is going to go here. If you want to change the name, you can right click and go to rename, and it'll just highlight this area again, and you just retype whatever title you want. If you want to add a page, you just go to click add a page, and now you have a new page, and this is a new page. So we're going to go here, we're going to name it title 2. Now you have a new page. So the reason why I like to do this is what's been helping me, we'll just make a few pages here. Let's click add another one. Title 4. Let's say in page 1 you want to have millions of gibberish words. I don't know. I'm gonna right click here just because I want to change the font. This is the easiest way, the font size. The easiest way is just right click and then go here and then change it. If you want to do it like you would in Microsoft Word, you go to Home and click that tab and it'll come down. Usually, let me do this because I know this is how it actually starts off first. So this is what it actually looks like when you first open it. It'll have this already set up here, and it won't be moved. I think this takes up some space, so what I did is I click this button and it moves it out of the way. And all I have to do is hover over it or click on it here and it'll pop down. I'll click what I need. Let's say I want writing to be super huge. Let's say it's 36. Now my size is 36. I click here and it pops away again. But if you want it to stay there permanently, you just go and click on any one of these tabs, click on Home, and go over here to where it has this pin, click it, and it'll pin it. and now it'll be there permanently. So let's just type a bunch of gibberish here. This isn't big enough typing. Let's say it's still not big enough. We can make it bigger. There we go. Okay. So we write and we write and we write and we write. And it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. So let's say we're in the middle of reading something and you want to go to a chart. Instead of scrolling up or down and losing your place, you leave this page here on whatever area you were reading. Okay, that's fine. So whatever area you're reading and you want to go to a chart, I'll put it on page 2. So the chart is going to be here on page 2. And this is how we're going to make our chart. We're going to go up here to draw. And we're going to click on lines. These are, you can use your mouse and you can try to freehand draw. It has this tiny little dot here, which is harder to see when the yellow highlighter isn't on it for my recording software. But you can just make, that's a really bad line. That's why I don't use that one. So I'll go to this line here and I'll make a nice straight line. Okay. And then I'll go back up here, I'll click it again, and then I'll add some waymarks. Click that, and then I'll go here, I'll add another one. I'll go here and add another one. Let's do our 144,000 one. Okay. One's a little crooked, that's okay. I'm gonna go here. And then we want to do this. And there. So the reason why I like this, we just made some waymarks. We just made a line and some waymarks. This that you see right now is the eraser. So if I just go, it just erased. That's because that's what I have selected. If I go to this is something you're going to go back and forth between a lot. This is where you type letters. You can click that and you can have that handy. And then you can go back to here and click it. And whatever you have selected, when you're done doing this, it'll revert back to typing letters. So now that I have this here, to unselect that area, you can click anywhere on the screen. To select it, you just click on top. When you click on top, you can move this waymark wherever you want. We'll put it back here. You click on this one, it's separate from the rest, so you can make it longer if you want to add something. You click on these, and you can make them longer if you want to add something. Okay, and then when you have this little cursor that has the type symbol on it, you can click anywhere, and you can type whatever you want. We're going to type 1989. So I'm going to highlight it. This is going to pop up. I'm going to click, let's go to 16. We can make that bigger. Let's go to 20. 20 looks good. So I like these little boxes that it creates. You can add more in these boxes and write as much as you want. But what I like to do is leave that alone, and I'll just go here, hover over these little dots up here on top. You can take this and you can make it bigger this way. If not, whatever you type is just going to keep going downwards. But if you make it bigger, like this, it'll have more room. So it'll just keep going and then it'll go underneath. And then while it's like this, you can change the size any way you want. You can make a bunch of different columns of a bunch of different quotes, whatever you like. And you can take it by these, you hover over there and it has the move sign, and you can move it anywhere you want. And this is what I like to use. It's super easy. So I'm gonna shorten that. And there we have it. So we have 1989. We'll put that there. What's next? If we go to home, we'll just make 18 our standard. And we'll just say 9, 11. we'll just put that here. Next, back to this. I keep having to change it, that I don't like. We're gonna put Sunday law. Stick that one right here. Sometimes it's not over exactly, so I'll just click there and space bar until I get it right where I want it to be. And next we'll do, so that's our midnight. So we'll just leave that open and we'll do our loud cry. Let me highlight that and change it because I forgot. Put our loud cry. See, and that's not exactly how I want it, so I'm going to click here, space it over, then I'm going to click 18, and we're going to put close of probation. We'll stick that sucker there, back to this. Oh, I thought I changed it. We'll do second add. Stick that over there. And there you have your chart. And then what I will do myself is I'll click here on one of these and I'll just do a little, I'll increase swelling there. So there's chart 1. And then let's say you want another chart, and we'll have this one will be different. Another thing I want to say is it'll go this way. I'm holding it over here, and if you look at the bottom bar down here, I can go as far to the left, to the right as I want, and I could go as far down as I want. It'll just keep going forever. And I can, to see the whole area that I've used up, I can go to view and I can go to zoom out and keep zooming out. Or I could go to zoom in up real close. And this is also really useful. So let's be here. Let's do that. Let's zoom out one there. I think that's normal. So let's go back to draw and let's do this. Let's do a waymark here. And let's do one here. And let's do 1860 here. And now we're going to go here. I want to add, what do I want to add? I want to go all the way over to the side. And I'm going to do this. Okay. And now I'm going to go back to the typing one. And I'm going to do this. 1989. Let's make this 8. Oh, it didn't do that for that one. Okay. You can change that. There we go. We'll stick that here. So your main focus is this area. Let's see. Let's go home and then back to font size. This is, a lot of it is honestly just like Word, Microsoft Word. So let's do, what did I want to do? 1798. Okay. Stick that one there. Come on. And then we're going to go to 1844. Make that one big. Put it there. And what did I want this one to be? Let's just do 18. So let's say you're teaching something and your main focus is in this area, but then you want to zoom out and see the bigger picture. You can just go to view and zoom out. And now everyone can see the big picture of what you're talking about. And then you can zoom back in. And at any time you can hover over these and just move them. Just move them. Move them wherever you want. You can overlap them on top of each other. Then it gets a little fun to shuffle them around. Where are some examples where I did a crazy amount of these? Right, so then you can go back. Oh, another thing you can do is you click up here on this arrow, and it'll make the whole screen this. And then if you want to change it between pages, you go up here to this and you click down, and it'll give you the section, the book, the section, the page. So you can switch between anything you want. And then click here and it'll go away. And then you still have your slidey thingies to go back and forth. But if you want to zoom out, you have to go back up here to the top right corner, click on this, and it'll take you back to this, and then you can zoom out, and then you can click here and go back to take up the whole window, and now it's like this. Okay, so let's go back, and we can add sections. You can name them, and you can add as many as you want and add as many pages as you want. It's really limitless. And that's really all the functions that I use. You have these you can write with if you have a tablet. These I love to use. These are highlighters. So let's say I write something. Oh, let's zoom in so that doesn't look so ridiculous. Okay, so let's type something. Okay, so let's go to draw, and there's our highlighters. So I'm gonna go here and just, because you can like draw with these highlighters, you can do whatever you want. So if there's a whole area you want to highlight, you can do that. Let's change to blue. Let's do this. Purple. Maybe you want to highlight funny and just go like this. I don't know. But that's all an option. So what's neat though is when you, let's see, this you can move around. I thought that was interesting. So I'm gonna delete that. Let's see. And so that's why you move the letters. If you ever decide to move the letters, you're gonna have to move this back on top of them. Which I thought was kind of funny, but kind of cool. I don't know, I kind of like it. I like all the things that you can customize and do here with this. So rule lines, what does that do? Oh, now it looks like a notebook. We don't want that. Hide page title. So if you don't want this here, you can click hide page title and then undo it. Page color. I didn't know you could do page color, you guys. We're learning, all of us together. This is nice. Why did I never use this? Oh, I like this so much better. No color. Okay. Full page view. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So that takes you to that. Normal view. Dock to desktop view. No, I'm not going to click that. That's going to do something I'm not going to like. New docked window, new sticky. There's all kinds of things. Liked notes, password, translate language, check, etc. I never use any of these things. Insert. I've never inserted anything. One thing that is cool, I'm gonna make this window smaller. If you have pictures lying around, let me just pick one from one of my folders. So let's go to desktop, let's go to SAC Fellowship and lines and charts. So we have some pictures of some lines and charts. Let's make a copy of this. Where's the copy? Copy, and then right click here, and we're gonna paste. So you have this, let me zoom out so you can see this. So you have this picture here, you can just drag it and drop it, and it'll show up in here, and you can make it as big as you want. So you technically don't actually have to go to your, what's it called? The insert menu. I just drag and drop things all the time. So I can just save things to my desktop and then drag and drop them. So yeah, If you ever want to go back to all the list of notebooks, just go back to File. And then when you're in File, you can go here, View Notebook. This is where you view your notebooks. You just click on any one of them. Let's see, let's do this one. You click here. Let's go to Monday night. When did I have next one? Big picture. Is this? Yes, this is the one I wanted. Okay, so let's say you're here. Let me make this big again. So you're here at one of your Bible studies and you want to go back to that main page, just click File. You want to go back to that page where you were in your Bible study, just click back. File. You want to go back to where you were in your Bible study, click back. Back. If you want to go to a different notebook, go to File and go to a different notebook. And if you want to make a new notebook, click here. If you want to open one, click here. You don't have to click that. I never go to this. I just go to here and I go to View Notebook. Everything is always saved automatically. So you write it and it's automatically saved, and then you can close and open it as many times as you want. That's been my experience. If you want to have a cloud storage on Google Drive, I think it is where it saves it all. You can have that and have it saved, and then you can open it on other devices. But I find that to be a little bit glitchy, so I don't worry about it. And so here you have an example of where I use a ton of tiny little boxes. So every little text box I can move and do and drag and drop and put it wherever I want. Every little thing, and then stick it back where it was. And you have little text boxes you can do. So I'll have the writing and I'll put a box around it, right? So I'll just do, let me write some stuff here. Okay. And then I'll go to draw and I'll take a box and I'll just do a little box. Okay, so that's what I wanted. That's important also. If the last thing you were using was a highlighter, then the box that you're going to make, the line of it is going to look like that highlighter. So click on, let's say this black thicker one or a black thinner one. Let's click on that. So now that's the option. Now click on this box and now it's going to give you a box like this, a thin black one. And if you want a thicker one, you can do the thicker black and then click the box. It's a little bit darker. Still kind of meh. Okay, so see, when I have the drawing tool, it won't let me select that box. But if I go back to this typing tool and then I click on it, then it'll let me select it and delete it. So now let's go to color and thickness. I'm going to go to this to, let's say, purple, and then do like a really thick one. And now this is what I'm using to write with. So if I go to box, now that's how my box is going to be. And so to click it, to select it and delete it, I have to go back to the typing tool, this, and click on it and delete. And then eraser, and then get rid of all of this. And then back to typing tool, and this box, let me show you. This box, if you hover over it like this and you right click, it'll have the delete button and you can just delete that box. And there you go. That's all there is to it. So I use this a lot because it's easy to make my charts in them. So I'll have something like these lines right before you split it into alpha and omega. They're like this and they're really long, and if you want to read what's happening here, you have to zoom in and then you have to pan across. So the fact that you can make it as wide or as long as you want is really useful. So you're going to zoom out, line of Pyrus notes. So see, let's say this is exactly what I wanted to look at. Let's say we get to 287, and you want to see 287 on a line, you can go here to your line of Pyrus line, and let's see where 287 is. Okay, so 287 is here. So this is where we're going to put that. We're going to zoom out a little bit. So now we see 287, and we go back to our notes, and our place is saved here where we were reading, and we can continue reading. And then you can just shift between all your different notes that you have, and you just keep going. This is what I was talking about. You have charts here, you have notes down here, you can go read through them. And on the side for supplements, I have little columns of Wikipedia definitions and histories of different things and explanations to supplement on the side here of what I'm doing. So I can do anything I want. I can just put my little typer box here, and wherever I put it, I right click, and it's going to paste whatever I had copied in that area in a column. So it's extremely useful. So if you zoom out, you can see all the different things I have there. And then you zoom in so that everyone can see what you're doing. And so you have your, see, this is why I don't like how much space that takes up. So I'll just unpin it. And so I have this here. I can even make it bigger. So I have this here, the counterfeits, and you scroll and you learn and you read. Just move a little bit over. So you have this and you have this, and it's just really useful. So up to you what you want to use. It doesn't have to be this, obviously. You can use whatever you're comfortable with, whatever helps you, whatever makes things easiest for you to share this message. The reason why I like this is because it's all here and ready to go. The minute I'm in one of these tabs giving a Bible study. So this is Tyler's Alberta #1, okay? If I'm giving a Bible study on this and someone starts talking about one of Tessa's lines at some point where something happens, all I do is I can just go back to that study. I think it was this one, and then all of a sudden I'm here and I can find it and pull it up, and it's all within this one software. So it just makes it really easy to do this, and this is why I like it. It's not very difficult to learn, I don't think. It takes just a little bit of time, but it's pretty useful. So I hope this helped, and that's all. Where's the okay.